All right, so bit of a mishap here, bit of a development. Turns out a bit of a fiasco. I was over on The Verge reading about Huawei, and apparently they got caught faking some photos in a recent commercial. I don't know where this commercial aired, but nonetheless, a commercial in which they make it seem like the photos within the commercial are being shot by their device, which is, in this case, the Nova 3 smartphone, when in reality, those photos were actually shot with a DSLR. In defense of Huawei here, at no point in the commercial did they say that the photos within it were taken with the smartphone. Now, you have seen smartphone commercials in the past where certain brands do say that. That's not the case with this one here. But nonetheless, people are upset. The whole thing started on Reddit. That's because of how people found out that these shots were faked. The actress in the video, she shared some behind the scenes photos of some of the selfies that took place in the original video. You see the guy, he's got an empty hand. He's got an empty hand out here, but at the same time, he's making it look like he took the photo, that it's a selfie that's being taken. I feel bad for the actress. She was just trying to say, look, it's this fun shoot. She's probably not a smartphone enthusiast herself, in which case she would realize how much this matters to the super nerds out there that want to see the actual frame from the camera. And the crazy part about this fiasco is that these devices, these new Huawei devices, are producing some of the best images of all smartphones on the market right now. So even more so, you want to see the actual results. Now, I have to say, I wasn't that surprised when I read this article. I've had experience in these types of environments, in these production environments. While it lands inside of Huawei's responsibility, it may have more to do with the production staff saying, oh, I just want to let me use my DSLR. I want to get all the resolution. I got to modify it later. I got to color correct to match. Maybe not even clearing it in advance with the brand. You might say, Lou, you're defending the brand here. Ultimately, the brand has to make the final call. And of course, they're the ones receiving the criticism now, especially since in the past they kind of got caught up in a couple of other circumstances in which people were skeptical about certain images that popped up. Now, you know, I'm currently using a Huawei device, the P20 Pro, and one of the reasons I'm using it is to test out the new camera tech, the triple lens system, the crazy night photos, and I can tell you that that camera is incredible. It's making a case for the best camera on a smartphone. So what happens through situations like this is people start to get skeptical when they really shouldn't even be, because the hardware speaks for itself when you get it into your hands. Therefore, there was no reason to fake it in the first place. Obviously, you can go watch the original video. I'll link the original video. It's still on YouTube. It's still live at this moment, so you can distinguish for yourself if you find it to be particularly offensive. But this kind of stuff happens in commercial shoots in general. This is the reason we don't trust advertising. We don't look at a commercial and say that must be true. It's the reason people gravitate towards content like this on YouTube, looking for the truth, because these types of tricks are actually pretty commonplace in commercial behavior. You know, turn a little knob this way, flick a little switch that way. I'm telling you from personal experience. So what does this do? What should this do? This should reinforce that you should look for alternative opinions, that you should reserve your judgment, and you should look for real people that are testing this stuff out. The real shame here is that the cameras on the recent Huawei stuff, they're great. The reason that matters coming from me is because I'm accountable to you. If I tell you a lie about something, you're gonna come back and say, I don't trust Lou anymore. I'm not gonna watch Lou anymore. So stop assuming that commercials are completely truthful. Many different brands get caught up in weird stuff like this. Sometimes someone gets a little extra motivated. They get the tripod out and it's like, no, we should do it this way, nah. And then it's a power struggle and so on. So maybe, all right, it's possible. You can't place all the blame strictly on the brand here. You guys know the truth. In general, these brands should just be sending the devices here to the truth zone. You tell me down in the comments, when you watched that commercial, at any point, did you even think that those frames came from the smartphone? Because I was skeptical from the minute I clicked play, and I think I would have been even if I hadn't read this whole article and checked out the Reddit post and looked at the behind the scenes images. Anyways, you let me know. Go watch the original. Links in the description. It's more of the same, guys. Don't believe everything you see.